Hey everyone, as our channel gets bigger, instead of going to Patreon or anything like that, I have a little bit of a different idea. If you guys would like to support our channel and you live in Australia, click the link below, as I've started selling some World War II replica knives. A World War II replica Bowie knife. This is a combat Bowie knife. I designed this a little bit longer than the normal combat Bowie knife that they had back then, so that you can kill pigs with it. It's a great pigging knife. Okay, I've got a beautiful leather sheath, and this is a carbon steel blade. Have a look at the listing and you'll see exactly how long it is. It's got an encapsulated tang. There's only a small number of these, so jump in if you want to grab one. I know we only have a small channel, but this will be really helpful if you like knives and you want to help us out. Grab one of these. The other one I have is a World War II combat trench knife, also designed longer, so it's great for pig hunting. Really, really nice. This is a different full tang design. This is a replica of a World War II knife as well. If you would like to support us, go ahead and grab one of these if you're in Australia. These are really awesome, capable knives for hunting, for camping, for anything you would like to use it for. We've got the Australian Combat Bowie and the Australian Combat Trench Knife. Help us out. Thanks so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Ben and this is Counterfeit Christianity. I'm just back from a trip. I travelled down to Inverell to visit some of my friends. I was actually going to get in and go do some hunting, but it didn't happen. It didn't work out. But that's okay. I was hoping to have some footage of that I could show on the channel, but it didn't happen. But that's okay. Next time. It was great to hang out with good friends. So today I was just with my son. We go to the gym every morning, and I was just reflecting on how I was feeling. It's a big part of my journey every day. My intentional way that I am with God is reflecting on how I'm feeling. The way that you feel is like a window to your heart. Your emotions are really important. Your emotions are not you, they are not your heart, but they are a reflection of how you are feeling. You need to pay attention so that you know what place your heart is in. And if we're feeling really negative or anything like that, then it's really hard to be joyful. One of the other intentional things that I do daily is get back to joy. And I was just thinking about that and what that means if you are with God and the connection to joy. I'm really thankful for the journey that I have been taken along by God in my life so that I can be joyful for my family. I was thinking a man who is not intentionally on the journey for joy cannot be with God. And I thought about what I would call this, but it's not going to be a man without joy is not with God. It's a man who is not intentionally chasing joy cannot be with God. I thought about what do Christians replace joy with in their lives? I wrote it down, so I'll have a look. So I think that Christians replace joy with duty and knowledge. So duty and knowledge. They replace joy with that instead. So if you know a lot of stuff and you do stuff, then you are okay. You can be with God. I think that's what Christians replace joy with. If you look at Christianity as a whole and people in churches, right, what do? A lot of them are trying to do stuff all the time. Oh, I got to go out and show people who Jesus is, and you forget the people closest to you. I think that God designed us as humans, obviously not everyone, we're all different, but to have families, we need to be able to bless the people around us. And that means pass on blessings, rather than most of us have received from our families curses. And they just get piled on curses on curses on curses when we get tied up with religious institutions and all these other things and the systems that the world tries to control us with. The only way to be separate from that is be with God, and he can flow you through it. A man without joy cannot be with the living God. We have to intentionally be looking for joy and looking for God. They're the same journey. And I talked a little bit about that, of what I think the definition of joy is in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go have a peek. I think the definition of joy, I got it from a group of people that I hang out with, is I am glad to be with you no matter what. And first with God, so we know that God is glad to be with us no matter what, and then other people who God has given us in our lives. And it sounds simple, right? But it's not. So I'm not saying that if you don't have joy, you're not with God. I'm saying it's the intentional journey of being with God and getting back to joy that shows that you are with God. And eventually that will become who you are. Slowly but surely, as you know who he is, well, he already knows who you are. As you know who he is and slowly but surely understand who he is more and more in your life, then that can flow out into other people in your life. And I find that that is what has been happening to me over the last decade. The natural state of being isn't with God, even though that's the way it was meant to be. But it's not, because we are in this world with the demons. They own it. So our natural way is like looking at all of our problems and thinking about it all the time, and it goes over your head, over and over in your head. The only way that I have found to break free of that is to intentionally look for joy, intentionally be joyful. I have talked about this before, but I think that I'll do it again. The way that I get back to joy, it's a really simple. I just think of things that I'm thankful for. And a man with a family can find joy really easily. He doesn't have to look far. So I'm so thankful for my kids. Like every day I get up, I'm like, I'm so thankful for you. And I say it to them. It's part of my attuning with them. And I tell it to my wife too. I'm so thankful for being with you. And I tell them specific things that I'm thankful for about them, because I want to be with them. I want to attune with them. For some reason, it's really hard to do that with those close by, especially if in the past you were something very different than that. And so if you don't find people in your family or around you being able to understand what you're saying, that's because they already have a picture of who you are. They already know you. And to break that knowledge, you have to slowly but surely just be different. You can't tell somebody that you're different. It never works. You have to slowly but surely model to them that you are on the way with God, or you are back to joy. You are getting back to joy. And my family talks about that a lot with me, how in the past I was a fucking psycho. And I know that. That's because I was cursed. And I was living under that curse of never being attuned to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to pass it on. I want to attune to my family. I want to be with them. Glad to be with them no matter what. So that is the journey of joy for me. So I find that being thankful for things every single day is really simple. You can just be thankful for three things every day. That's what I started off doing. Even if you're really negative, feeling super negative, I think you'll be able to find three things. It's autumn day today, and then you go stand out in the sun, you're like, God, I'm so thankful for this. It feels so good, thank you. And you can feel it wash over your body. You can feel the thankfulness wash over you. And that's joy. That's turning your relational circuits on so that you can be with God and you can be with other people. Be thankful for things. It's a really great tool for getting back to joy. And some days I wake up and I'm just feeling joyful, but some days I'm feeling really shit for some reason, whatever. Sometimes it's in my mind. This morning I felt like that. That's why I was intentionally thinking about how I was feeling, because I could tell my body didn't feel loose. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel joy. So I'm like, God, what's going on in myself? So that's what I wanted to say. A man with God is intentionally looking for joy. As you get on that journey with him, he will show you and tell you and flow you into things that are his, that he wants you to be. And so I just thought I'd share that with you today, because it was my journey this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a bit shit. And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I get to come to the gym with my son. We work out together. And I'm like, oh, thank you, God, for that. And I can feel it wash over me now. So be with God, be joyful. And to any Christians watching, the angry Christians that we all see in the comments, this anger is in you because you are not in joy. You do not have joy. You are not with God. And therefore you think you have to protect your religion. You have to protect your God because he can't do it himself, obviously, right? You think that you need to do it. But I think that the man with God is on a journey of joy with God, not anything else. Get rid of the knowledge and duty. Like Christians replace joy with knowledge and duty. Be with God and you'll be free. Anyway, I wanted to share that. Like I said, always, I struggle articulating what I'm thinking. The thing that's been really helpful for me is just when God gives me a thought, I make the video. Gives me an idea, because then it can flow. It's not like I write it down and try and remember it. I can't do that sort of thing. I really struggled through school, and that's why. But because it's not natural. It's not the way that God designed us. He designed us to learn things when we need to, discover things when we are meant to discover them. Life is a journey. You cannot go and figure out things that you might need in the future, because that's not how life works. That's why school and university feel so shit. They're telling you all this stuff that you're going to need, and it's so important. But anyway, that's not the way God works. He's free and flowing. He gives us stuff just in time. He's a God of just in time. I learned that a few years ago from one of my really good friends. And so, yeah, be with him, be joyful. If you're not feeling joy, if you're not happy, if you're not thankful, intentionally chase him with that. Say, God, I want that. And then start practicing these really simple things, 3 things daily to be thankful for. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. I really appreciate you guys for watching. And if you have any nice things to say, let me know too. if it makes sense. I really appreciate the people that love conversation. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.